and Tenai Watson. Jonathan Bland comes in, he replaces the suspended captain Luca Connell and partners former Liverpool Academy player Adam Phillips with female Yoga Nathan, also part of that Liverpool Academy in his younger years, just ahead of them. Reyes Cleary and Corey O'Keefe providing support to Davis Keeler-Dunn, who is having a fantastic season in front of goal. Barnsley playing from left to right towards the Kop end, get us underway in this FA Cup tie as the ball is launched forward and won by Liverpool heads as Szoboszlai tries to just flick it round the corner. It's head tennis at the moment between these two teams, but it will fall now to O'Keefe on this right hand side as he tries to get past Szoboszlai deep in the Liverpool half. A little ball inside to Phillips with the cross and the header off the post from Davis Keeler-Dunn. That was almost the perfect start for Barnsley. Seconds on the clock and Keeler-Dunn sees his header come back off the post. The flag now goes up, but my goodness, Dion Dublin, what a start that nearly was.
Yeah, they have come out of the blocks, by the way, and they are targeting Liverpool's left, their right. It was a lovely little ball in the box, it really was. He just fell it in there, Phillips to the near post, and Keeler-Dunn there, he gets across Gomez, he's level with the near post, powerful header, hits the post, so unlucky. That's a wake-up call for Liverpool. That's a wake-up call.
It is a wake-up call in the very first minute for Liverpool. It has been Barnsley asking the questions at this very early opening stage of this FA Cup tie, and Davis Keeler-Dunn so close to his 15th goal this season, and what a goal it would have been had that nestled into the bottom corner. But Mamardashvili very happy to see the post come to his rescue. Now Liverpool enjoy a little spell of possession. Van Dijk just passing it along the halfway line to McAllister, who's got Gomez for support onto this right hand side to Frimpong. And this is the first opportunity Liverpool have had in these opening exchanges to get a little feel of the ball and try and settle the game down, exert their dominance. Ungamoa playing on this left hand side. It is actually Ungamoa on the left, Chiesa on the right, and Gakpo through the middle, but that is lost. And now Barnsley come forward, and it is through Cleary. He's got pace, he's trying to get round Van Dijk, which he does. Van Dijk gets a little touch on him as he scampered down that left hand side of the penalty area, and the cross is cleared by Andy Robertson. But yet again, a wake-up call for Liverpool.
Yeah, just, putting Liverpool under pressure there, just really making sure that Gomez has no time on the ball. He loses it and it gets poked through, and I'm thinking to myself, why are you taking so much time? You can see their tails are up. They've actually gone alien to out of possession. They've gone into a 5 at the back out of possession, like a 5-4-1.
I thought that might happen. I was at Old Trafford last season when they played Manchester United in the League Cup as Liverpool come forward, but that's prodded clear. It was not a night to remember for them that night. They lost 7-0 at Old Trafford, and it was a back 5 that night, albeit under the management of Darryl Clark as opposed to now Conor Hourihane, but it is probably what you expect as the visiting team from a couple of leagues below.
Well, you're coming to Anfield, I'm surprised I'm not going into a 6, to be honest with you. 5 will do for now. They'll feel Liverpool out, they see how they play. Will they try to come through the middle? If so, they'll compact that a little bit more. But Liverpool here just taking their time, trying to find the spaces.
Frimpong on the right hand side, level with the edge of the penalty area, trying to find the space for the cross, drops it back to McAllister, who goes back to his captain, and Van Dijk now spreads it out towards this left hand side. Ungamoa hugging this touchline on the left, trying to use his trickery to get past O'Keefe, but drops it to Jones, who now drives towards the penalty area. Lovely touch from Szoboszlai, and the shot from distance deflected, and it is caught by Murphy Cooper, and you can hear the ooze because that was right on the line.
I mean, the strike from Szoboszlai on the edge of the D, it sort of took a sort of deflection, and it went up so high that it nearly hit the crossbar, so he had to watch that it didn't, but he did well there. Safe hands from the QPR loanee at Barnsley this season. He's played every single minute of the League Cup and the FA Cup so far this season. Barnsley have already come through a couple of ties to get to this stage, beating York City of the National League 3-2, a 90th minute winner from Roberts in that one, and then Peterborough they beat by 1-0 away from home, and that has set up this glamour tie at Anfield as they try and replicate the FA Cup winning team of 2008 here at Anfield, as Liverpool lose it again in the midfield. Keeler-Dunn dropping back to win possession, and now he's found Yoganathan, and Yoganathan's ball is skipped past Frimpong, and it's found Cleary on this left hand side. He's looking for bodies in the box. He doesn't have many to aim for. Now he has a few more, and he's also got the overlapping run from Yoganathan, whose ball just flashes behind Mamardashvili's goal, and you can hear the roar from the crowd.
Yeah, it's lively, it really is. I mean, they've allowed Liverpool to have the ball, but they've really been in a lovely shape, and when they do go in numbers. White shirts flooding forwards down the left hand side. Little bit of interplay there, Yoganathan and Cleary down the left hand side. Didn't get it right, but they're just waiting and they're just biding their time, and when one goes, they all go.
Opening 5 minutes have been incredibly lively. Barnsley hitting the post inside the opening minute, but that is the best of the chances, as now the ball is spread onto that right hand side by Szoboszlai, but too much on it for Chiesa. It will be a goal kick, and Liverpool haven't quite got things to click yet this evening, Dion.
No, they haven't. I'm thinking as the game goes on, they will be looking to Gakpo and Chiesa to make sure that they can interchange Ngamo as well. I think that three will be, they'll all take a turn at centre forward and right wing and stuff, so let's look out for that.
Ball long from goalkeeper Cooper, won by Gomez, but picked up by Barnsley on this left hand side. Agbeta just on the halfway line, finding Bland, who goes back to his defence. Dejevany with it. Now they go up this right hand side, and it's picked up by Phillips. Just a poor touch though from Phillips, and it will be a Liverpool throw, which Andy Robertson takes from this left hand side, and Liverpool have possession back in the centre circle with Gomez looking for options ahead of him, doesn't have them, so drops it back to Van Dijk, who now finds Ngamo on this left hand side. He's not been able to get the better of O'Keefe as yet. He knocks it onto his right foot and cuts inside in field, looking for the pass, which finds McAllister, and now Liverpool begin to move the ball around as Robertson tries to find the space for the cross. It is deflected, and it will be the first corner of the evening, and it will go to Liverpool. And Barnsley doing a very good job of keeping Liverpool away from their penalty area.
Yeah, all they possibly can as well. They're working really hard to stop the ball going into their box as well. Full-backs are really working hard, legs up in the air left and right, stopping the cross coming in.
A first opportunity from the set piece then for Liverpool. It'll be Cody Gakpo taking it down in front of us from the left hand side. His both arms raised, right footed, it goes into the central area, but clears everybody. Chiesa picks it up at the back post and drops it back to Jones, flicks it in towards Szoboszlai, but the header is won by a Barnsley head. It will fall to Ngamo on the left hand side, level with the edge of the penalty area. And O'Keefe again gets a foot in, and it will be a Liverpool throw-in, which Ngamo takes. And they are working incredibly hard, Barnsley. Liverpool forced to move it from left to right along the back line, as yet struggling to get the ball into that area.
Yeah, but it's been really patient, Liverpool. They know that one of them will...
Hit from 25 yards and smash it in the top corner. Dominic Szoboszlai with an absolute beauty. That is a dagger into the hearts of Barnsley, who have defended so well, but there was no defending that, there was no saving that. That was absolutely brilliant from Szoboszlai, and it's Liverpool 1, Barnsley 0.
Now, you could be Barnsley, you could be Real Madrid, you could be anybody. There's no keeper stopping that. I mean, Szoboszlai there, he's 25 yards out. Nobody comes out to press him at all. He just puts it onto his right foot, and we know how sweetly he strikes the ball. I don't think he's struck a sweeter one. The keeper had no chance. If there was 2 or 3 keepers, it wouldn't have mattered. What a strike. 1-0 Liverpool.
Incredible strike, absolutely no stopping that one. There didn't look to be anything on for Liverpool, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
the ball flashes into the top corner. It had real dip on it as well.
Yeah, that's where you've got to know your players. That's where you've got to say, right, we know that Szoboszlai can strike it, so let's try and keep him on his left foot. A bit of know-how, get in his face anywhere 25 yards, 30 yards in. Make sure he can't strike the ball because he's so good at it.
And he's just shown exactly how good he is. So how do Barnsley respond to that? A real blow to them. They'd been defending so well, they'd created opportunities, they'd hit the post inside 30 seconds, but they find themselves now behind to an absolute screamer from 25 yards. O'Keefe with it on this right hand side, looking for options forward, but all closed off, so back he goes to Giovini and out to this left hand side. Now an opportunity to move the ball forward through Yoganathan, but it's picked off his toes and Liverpool take possession back, and this is going to be a difficult spell for Barnsley.
Yeah, it will be. They've got to go back to the drawing board. They've got to go back to the plan that was set out by the manager. Don't get frustrated, don't come out of your spaces, but you have to know when to do that. Here we go.
That was won well by Keeler-Dunn, nicking the ball off Szoboszlai and trying to move forward, but his pass out to Phillips just not quite accurate enough, and Liverpool handed possession back cheaply in the form of a throw-in. And now Van Dijk is looking to that space ahead of Chiesa, spreading the ball out to that right hand side. He's got the overlap from Frimpong. Frimpong gets it now, level with the edge of the penalty area, goes inside again to Chiesa, gets it back, or tries to get it back from Chiesa, but Chiesa wins it on the edge of the area, and still Liverpool come forward. Now it's half cleared again, only to Gakpo on the right edge of the penalty area. Barnsley getting touches on the ball, but not quite enough to clear it out of the box. But now it is with Szoboszlai midway between the halfway line and the edge of the area. Liverpool beginning to exert a bit of dominance on things here. Chiesa on the right hand side, cuts onto his left foot, puts the cross in. There's nobody there, but it doesn't go all the way through to Ngumoa. It doesn't. It will be a goal kick to Barnsley, and they're beginning to Liverpool are beginning to purr a little.
Yeah, they are. They're being really patient, just waiting for those gaps to appear. If anybody steps out of that shape in a white shirt, they'll find it in behind. But what they're trying to do is Chiesa and Gakpo are switching all the time, and Ngumoa's going to find himself down the centre at some stage in this game. I just think they've got to make sure that they don't concede another one, then another one. One at the moment, they're still in the game.
They are still in the game, and whoever does win this game will face a home tie against Brighton. The draw for the fourth round was made earlier on today, just before kick-off here at Anfield. Another couple of ties that might be of interest. Macclesfield got a home tie against Brentford, more Premier League opposition for them, as Chiesa picks up the ball on the right-hand edge, drops it to McAllister, but it's a good toe-in from Yoganathan. He has nowhere to go forward, so he does drop it back, and now it goes forward to Keeler-Dunn, but he's all by himself, and Gomez is able to win the loose ball, but that's taken off the toes of McAllister. And now Barnsley come forward through Keeler-Dunn. He's got Bland on the overlap, but Keeler-Dunn's going to go himself onto his right foot. Everything was great until the shot, which he just did not catch, and it was harmlessly wide of Mamardashvili's left-hand post, but that was good play from the forward.
Yeah, much better as well, really positive. Keeler-Dunn there, he's obviously in a rich vein of form this season, scoring lots and lots of goals. He had a run to his left, he had a run to his right, but when you're in a bit of a purple patch as a centre forward, you think you can score all the time. He shot from the edge of the D, and it was nowhere near the goal, but he'll keep doing that. He'll keep doing it.
And Barnsley will hope one of them does come to fruition. They trail here by a goal to nil as Frimpong scampers down the right hand side, but he's forced to cut back. He's got Chiesa deeper. He does go to Chiesa, who's got options again behind him. Gomez out to this left hand side now with Robertson, who feeds to Ngumoa. Lovely touch from Ngumoa to take it round O'Keefe, drives into the area, drops it looking for Szoboszlai, but there's a Barnsley body in there. It's launched clear all the way back to Mamardashvili.
Yeah, I mean, Keeler-Dunn is going to have to stay up the pitch, I'm afraid, because
Liverpool getting in behind. Andy Robertson trying to hook it back across the 6-yard line, which he manages to do. It is cleared though, but Liverpool win the throw-in high up in Barnsley's half and keep the pressure on. Long ball over the top, that one to Robertson, very nearly caught them out as the dinking ball comes in from McAllister. It's flicked behind. It will be another Liverpool corner, and Barnsley beginning to look a little bit ragged. It's taken quickly. Ngumoa drops it to Szoboszlai. Is he going again? He is going again. This one though is off the head of Shepherd and in behind for another corner, and he felt the full force of that, Jack Shepherd.
I mean, Szoboszlai caught that just as sweet as his goal. It was going goalwards as well, and Shepherd, as a good defender should, he puts his head in the way. He's a braver man than me, let me tell you. He's absolutely hammered that one away with a great defensive header. Well done, sir.
Szoboszlai scoring one very similar to make it Liverpool 1, Barnsley 0 from 25 yards. An absolute beauty. You can watch that back on the BBC Sport website as the corner comes in from Gakpo, left-hand side. It is half cleared. The shot though comes in from Jones, but it's blocked bravely by Bland, I think it was, but it's come out to Frimpong just inside the Barnsley half. Liverpool looking to go again, put more pressure on as the arm goes up from Szoboszlai. The ball did not survive. I don't know if that was Szoboszlai's shot that didn't survive.
It's gone down, it's lost a bit of air.
Lost a bit of
the
air.
ball was screaming, get me off the pitch, I can't take any more.
Don't want him to hit it again.
It's amazing. Barnsley are doing so well, their shape is so good, but you can only do this for so long, because when you are in such a good shape and you get behind the ball, you've got no out ball. Keeler Dunn has to go up the field and he has to stay up the field so they can get up.
Liverpool again with pressure on this right hand side. Chiesa, he's got Frimpong on the overlap but drops it to McAllister. Szoboszlai again with space. This time he moves it to the left. Ngumoa cuts onto his right foot this time and dinks the ball in towards the penalty spot. No Liverpool player there, but the header clear goes only as far as Szoboszlai. And now Frimpong, right hand side, facing up against Cleary, trying to get past the winger. He gets the cross in and that one is cleared by Bland over the top of his crossbar. Another corner to Liverpool. It's becoming one-way traffic a little bit.
Yeah, it is, and it's very much, and I'm pretty sure that myself and Joby have been in sessions where it's forwards against defence. That's what it looks like at the moment. Liverpool having all of the ball and Barnsley just literally just hanging on at the moment. It's only a matter of time, in my opinion, that it's going to be 2-0.
Well, Liverpool with the corner from the far side. Again, it is Gakpo with his two arms raised, right-footed, looking for Van Dijk at the back post, gets his head on it, but not much purchase, and it is cleared. But only again as far as McAllister. Liverpool picking up all the second balls at Anfield at the moment after a scare in the opening 30 seconds when Barnsley hit the post. But Liverpool have grown into this game, took the lead with an absolute screamer from Dominik Szoboszlai, and they are beginning to show a bit of Premier League swagger against their League One opposition as McAllister finds Gomez just inside the centre circle. Again, there is space for Chiesa on the right hand side, and Frimpong offers support on the overlap. Frimpong, Chiesa back towards Frimpong, and a good touch in there from Ogbeta to win it back, but it's Liverpool bodies that are picking up every ball.
Yeah, just wave after wave at the moment. They're defending.
Szoboszlai driving towards the penalty area, right hand side. Frimpong cuts it across, cleared as far as Van Dijk, who knocks it on to Robertson, looks for Ngumoa, poor pass from Robertson, and Barnsley will get a little reprieve.
Yeah, mentally it's really hard to play a game against a team with such quality, where you're defending and you're doing incredibly well to keep it at one at the moment, but when you get the ball, you look up, your centre forward's only 10 yards away from you, so you've got to have to find a way of getting up the pitch and giving yourself a chance, because every time you give it away it's just coming back wave after wave.
The Anfield crowd beginning to enjoy this as well, as Jürgen Nathan launches it forward looking for Keeler Dunn, but Van Dijk is there to head it into the path of Szoboszlai. And Liverpool, do you feel that Arne Slot needs a big performance tonight, needs a few goals, needs some attacking flair on show tonight too?
Yeah, I do. I actually do, yeah. And you know, they're doing well at the moment. I mean, to be honest with you, there's no pressure on Liverpool whatsoever. Szoboszlai's in the middle of the pitch at the moment, in the middle of Barnsley's half, and there's no pressure on him at all.
I saw a few supporters discussing online about Manchester City's win at the weekend, saying they wanted something similar. Frimpong with the ball across, deflects, will be another Liverpool corner.
I'm not sure we'll see something similar tonight. That was pretty unique at the Etihad on Saturday, but that's the kind of demands that the supporters of this club have.
Yeah, and rightly so. Rightly so. They are Liverpool Football Club. You expect the best. You expect to win. And you expect to beat a team like Barnsley at home at Anfield. Why wouldn't you?
Heading towards the 20-minute mark, Liverpool leading by that Szoboszlai goal to 0, and it is corner number 5 for them as they begin to really turn the screw here at Anfield. Gakpo over on that far side preparing to take this corner. It will be launched into the area. In it goes, looking for Gomez, but way over his head. It's gone all the way out towards Hourihane on the touchline in the Barnsley technical area, so Barnsley will take their time and get their breath back.
Why not? I mean, Szoboszlai's ran from the corner where he just took it from, looking at Virgil van Dijk with his arms and his palms in the air as if to say, where were you? You wanted the ball there, I put it there. It literally just went from the corner flag across the corner of the D and out to the dugout. How strange.
Yeah, not one of their best worked set pieces, that one, that's for sure. I was going to blame Szoboszlai for the delivery, but he was definitely blaming Van Dijk, so absolutely. Something went wrong there. As the Anfield crowd raises to its feet, and Mamardashvili plays the ball out to Gomez. Szoboszlai, he's got options ahead of him, but finds Van Dijk. Liverpool just slowing things down, being patient, finding the moments. Ngumoa, O'Keefe has done a really good job on Ngumoa this evening, but he pulls him back there as Ngumoa just tries to wriggle past him, and Liverpool will get the free kick just down in front of Barnsley's technical area on this left-hand side. An opportunity perhaps for Robertson to swing it in, but he doesn't.
Yeah, it's an amazing tribute, isn't it, to Diogo? Every game they make this noise, and that he will never be forgotten. Never be forgotten, and I love the way they do that.
Yeah, it's incredible. And whenever you look back, obviously in the FA Cup matches of last season, and you look back, it's not long ago, you see his name in the team sheets. Ngumoa just getting things a little bit wrong there and giving the ball away to Barnsley, who will try and move out. And of course, the interview that Andy Robertson gave when Scotland qualified to the World Cup, it was a very, very special, touching moment.
Yeah, he speaks so well, Robbo. He really did, and you could feel it was 100% right. Diogo was in his thoughts and in his heart at that time, and a lovely tribute. Well done, Robbo.
Absolutely, as Barnsley come down this left-hand side, Cleary, left edge of the penalty area, gets the cross in. There's nobody there, but it will come to O'Keefe on the right-hand edge of the penalty area. He now tries to launch it back in. It's got Mamardashvili scampering backwards. It was heading towards that far post. I'm not sure if it was a cross or a shot, but it very nearly sneaked in.
Yeah,
it will be a corner, Barnsley.
It wasn't a bad cross, actually. O'Keefe actually just trying to leave it in an area, and I actually think it may have hit Robertson, and he was going towards the far post, but Mamardashvili just making sure that it didn't creep in.
Yeah, it just came off Robertson's right shoulder as it was crossed in, and very, very nearly just whistled past that far post. I think Mamardashvili had scampered enough across to have it covered, but it does go out for Barnsley's first corner of the match, and this is what they will see as being a real opportunity from a set piece. And it's a one off the training ground, goes short to Bland. Now it comes back in. Gakpo heads clear, edge of the area, good strike and save by Mamardashvili. That was heading towards that bottom left hand corner from Bland, I think it was, on the edge of the area. Caught it really well, and Mamardashvili diving down to his left to push it clear. But Barnsley keep possession with Bland on the halfway line. De Gevini to his centre back partner Shepherd, and Barnsley now try and move it down this right hand side, and the ball just ahead of Yoganathan as Keeler Dunn tries to put pressure on Van Dijk, but back it goes to Mamardashvili. Gomez under pressure from Cleary, sneaking up behind him, but gets it away in the nick of time.
Yeah, Gomez nearly giving the ball away. He was being closed down there at pace as well, and the whole of Anfield said, man on, be careful. Words to that effect.
Yeah, good strike from Bland as well. Good save from Mamardashvili.
Great strike from Bland. He's actually moving backwards. He's in the centre of the D, and he has to hit it first time because he's getting closed down. And he makes the keeper make a decent save as well down to his left. Mamardashvili pushing it out the area, so there's no chance for Keeler Dunn to get the bits.
Well, this is Mamardashvili's FA Cup debut, joining in the summer from Valencia. He is preferred in goal tonight to Alisson. He has made 10 appearances this season across competitions. Alisson with that injury earlier in the campaign, as the long ball from Gomez up to Ngumoa is too long, and Barnsley will get the throw in level with their own penalty area. And you can listen to reaction from this match and from the draw, which took place just ahead of kick-off at Anfield here tomorrow morning on the Football Daily podcast. That will be available for you on BBC Sounds. A couple of good ties in the FA Cup draw. Hull City against Chelsea. Liam Rosenior returning to his former team. An interesting one. And Aston Villa Newcastle.
Yeah, that's huge, isn't it?
Tasty one,
wow, that is huge, really huge. Both teams, bit of form. Villa absolutely flying. Newcastle, when they're on fire, they're dangerous too.
They are indeed. They have the League Cup semi-final this week, still in all 4 competitions that they started in, Newcastle. After a penalty shootout victory against Bournemouth in the FA Cup on Saturday, as Liverpool come forward, Gakpo onto his right foot, blocked, but it's picked up by Jones right on the edge of the penalty area. He goes left-footed. It's come off Gakpo and gone out for a goal kick. You can get full details of the FA Cup draw on the BBC Sport website, in case I've not mentioned the team that you are looking for. But there's plenty to look forward to. Yeah,
loads of big games coming up as well. Some really good ties. I mean, this one here is, even though Liverpool have taken charge of it, they've had all the ball, they are completely dominant. Barnsley have regrouped, and they've made sure that they've not conceded that second goal, which would actually put the tie to bed. And they've stayed in the game. And
they've offered a threat at times as well. They've had to defend a lot, but when they've got forward, they have offered a threat.
They have, down the left-hand side, right-hand side. They're not making it complicated for themselves. When it goes wide, they're putting the ball in the net. They're making Van Dijk and Gomez defend. They're making sure that Robertson does his job as a fullback. But it's when in general play in the middle of the pitch, Liverpool are totally dominant.
As they come down the right-hand side, Chiesa cuts back inside, drops it to Gomez. Every outfield Liverpool player in Barnsley's half, as Szoboszlai, the goal scorer, picks it up midway between the halfway line and the penalty area, looking for the run which he gets from Chiesa, but the ball just a little too far ahead of the Italian, and Cooper is out quickly to clutch it before any damage can be done, and he releases Ogbeta early, and he's taken down by the retreating Chiesa. So a free kick to Barnsley inside their own half.
Yes, it's a little better from Barnsley, because they were letting Szoboszlai and McAllister have the ball 30 yards away from their half and being nice and compact, but they're allowing Liverpool to have it about 45 yards, 50 yards away from their goal, so there's no danger there. Staying very, very compact, forcing Liverpool around the right-hand side and the left-hand side.
27 minutes on the clock. Liverpool lead by a goal to nil. An absolute screamer from Dominik Szoboszlai. It was his 8th goal from outside the box in his last three seasons, which is more than double any other Liverpool player, as Barnsley get the ball across, but nobody there to take advantage. It is cleared, though, only as far as Joganathan, who now finds Cleary on that left-hand side. Good challenge from Frimpong, but Shepherd is there to flick it forward, and there was a breakdown in communication there. Cleary asking for it to his feet, and Shepherd went over his head looking for the run in behind, and the offside flag is up.
Yeah, good battle that in the corner, actually. Cleary against Frimpong down Liverpool's right, Barnsley's left. They're both very, very quick feet, so that's a really good match-up, that one.
Van Dijk with the ball to Robertson. He moves it forward looking for Ngumoa, but the challenge comes in from Watson, and Liverpool win the throw-in. It's it's sadly an interesting position, that right-back spot for Liverpool. Obviously, Conor Bradley, the injury to him, not what you want to see to any player, as Barnsley come forward now, and that's a great ball up to Keeler Dunn. It's Keeler Dunn against Van Dijk, 1v1.
cuts inside onto the right foot, gets a shot away straight at Mamardashvili though, and Yoganathan has his arms raised. He'd made the overlapping run, perhaps the option was there to play in the Welshman, but he took the shot on himself, and it's easy for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it isn't. It's very rare that you go one-on-one with Van Dijk and get a shot off and hit the target. Van Dijk's normally very good at that. Slightly out of position, Keeler done there, just making sure that he takes his time. The run was fantastic, I've got to say.
Great run, well picked out, but again Barnsley are thwarted as Szoboszlai comes forward. Yes, the right back position. Sad to see Conor Bradley pick up that injury, but Jeremy Frimpong, he's not been able to completely nail down that position. An opportunity there this evening. Joe Gomez can play there, of course, and on the bench tonight Calvin Ramsey, another potential option, but is that the position as Chiesa shoots from distance? It's blocked on the edge of the area, and now Barnsley get it into the safe clutches of Cooper. Is that a position that you see as a concern for Liverpool?
Yes, slightly. I think they have got the players that you've mentioned already that can go. Szoboszlai can go and do it as well, so they've got players that can go and fill in, but they will be looking for somebody just to stake a claim on it. I think Frimpong needs to find his feet. He's not quite there yet, but all the attributes are there.
He's certainly got bags of pace, Jeremy Frimpong, as Ungamoa takes it towards the penalty area on this left-hand side. A couple of step overs, but finds McAllister rather than taking on O'Keefe, and now the ball is worked to the right-hand side. Chiesa to Frimpong inside the area. Loves to get forward, Jeremy Frimpong. Drops it back to Gomez. Moves it across to Van Dijk, and every outfield player is in the Barnsley's final third. Liverpool put it on the pressure as Szoboszlai goes to shoot but cuts it onto the left foot and feeds Van Dijk instead. Liverpool just playing it around the edge of Barnsley's penalty area. Every Barnsley player behind the ball. Chiesa over on this left hand side now, goes inside to Jones, to Gakpo, played back in almost into the path of Jones, but cleared as Szoboszlai, currently the deepest Liverpool player, picks it up, and Van Dijk into Gakpo. Crisp passing from Liverpool. Szoboszlai, lovely little no-look pass into Chiesa, but he's challenged well by Bland, and now an opportunity for Cleary. He's got pace and he was taken down, and it will be a yellow card to Szoboszlai. Was it Szoboszlai or Gomez? Gomez.
Yeah, I think it was Gomez. I mean, Liverpool are so far in Barnsley's half that Van Dijk was 5 yards away from Barnsley's 18-yard line, and he's getting it down the left-hand side. He's actually getting involved. There's no players nowhere near Liverpool's goal, and Cleary just put it past Gomez there and said, listen, the ball's past you can't stop me, and he fouls him. So they do need that out ball. I keep saying it, and they haven't learnt yet.
21-year-old Ray's Cleary scored probably the goal of the season so far. I don't know if you saw it, Dion.
That's a big statement,
inside his own half against Bradford in League One. If you can find it online, it's well worth a look. An incredible finish. But he tried to use his pace that occasion, was pulled down by Gomez. He has the ball now though on the left hand side, up against Frimpong, goes down the left onto his right foot and just shows a bit too much of it to Frimpong, who takes it off his toes. But Szoboszlai, outnumbered on that right hand side, gets it back to Gomez, who finds Frimpong. Barnsley forward in good numbers, and very nearly Phillips got a foot in there on that clearance from Gomez. But now an opportunity for Liverpool over the halfway line of Gakpo. He's only got one shoe on, Gakpo. He's got the other one in his hand. He's still looking for the return ball for Ungamoa though, who cuts it back onto his left foot, edge of the D on the penalty area. Now Chiesa, Frimpong cuts it across. It's popped up with the clearance, and Barnsley get it clear, and Gakpo might get a chance now to put his shoe back on.
He's sprinting up the pitch with his shoe in his hand. I've never seen that before. That's amazing.
Had he scored with his right foot and his sock, that would have been an FA Cup memory.
Has that been done before? There you go. Researchers, have a look at that one, please. Anybody scored a goal in the FA Cup history without a boot on?
Yeah, just with the sock finish, like beach football. 33 minutes on the clock. Liverpool looking for their second goal as Robertson knocks it into the area, but it's really calmly chested back by Shepherd to his goalkeeper.
He's looked solid at the back, Jack Shepherd. Been a standout this season for Barnsley. A few championship clubs apparently keeping their eye on him.
He looks very calm under pressure. I mean, a great ball in from Robertson there. I think at the moment Liverpool they're having it so easy.
Ball over the top looking for Gakpo, a vital flick from De Gevene to just knock it clear of the Dutchman. As Shepherd on the ball. Shepherd actually 2 years ago, he was a kitchen fitter playing in the 8th tier with Pontefract Collieries.
Wow.
He's now playing at Anfield.
Which is just, what a story that is. Absolutely brilliant, well done. And you know what, tonight he's doing great. He's chesting the ball back to his keeper, he's looking calm, he's marshalling his back five to make sure they're in the right place at the right time. Lots of communication, very much a leader.
Yeah, the magic of the FA Cup. As Barnsley try to create their own magic here, they're going to have to do it from behind because they do trail to Szoboszlai's screamer, and Liverpool trying to get the second goal that would make things a little bit more comfortable for them. Gomez, midway between the halfway line and the penalty area, passes it to the goal scorer, who finds Jones under pressure, and good pressure it is from O'Keefe. Jones forced backwards, but he does eventually get the free kick going his way. Good pressing though.
It was, O'Keefe there just making sure that Curtis Jones doesn't have a chance to turn around and attack again. He kept him going towards the dugouts, but again, free kick given away and more pressure from Liverpool.
Pressure this time coming from the right hand side, the little dancing feet of Frimpong. He gets past the first challenge, and there's the second goal that makes it all so much more comfortable for Liverpool. Jeremy Frimpong with a lovely little shift of the ball to get past Ogbeta, and then he smashes it with his left foot past Cooper. His second goal in Liverpool colours, and it's made it Liverpool 2, Barnsley 0.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he made it look easy. Frimpong there just receiving the ball. He's received it 10-12 times, sort of level with the 18-yard box out there on that right wing area. He's allowed to turn and face Ogbeta. Ogbeta tries to make sure that he doesn't go on his right foot, his stronger foot, comes in on his left foot's just as good as his right, and he's about 5 yards inside the box. He hits it with such power, laces, and it just flies past the keeper. Cooper has no chance whatsoever, roof of the net.
Absolutely no chance for the goalkeeper, but there is slight concern for Murphy Cooper. He is down getting some treatment at the moment. I'm not sure what he's done because there was no contact, so that is a concern when there's no contact. But Jeremy Frimpong, he will celebrate. He does love a goal, the right back, right winger these days, but he's always loved a run forward and to get involved in amongst the goals. That is his second. He scored in his debut in the Community Shield against Crystal Palace. He's now got his first ever FA Cup goal on his FA Cup debut for Liverpool, and it does make it comfortable, and you would have to say it could be a long way back for Barnsley now. Yeah,
you're right. We're talking about that right back position. Not only have you got to do that going forward, the most important thing is if you defend, and you defend well, and you stop your opponent getting the ball in the box and scoring goals. But if you can add this side to your game as well, taking one-on-one. When you're one-on-one against, as a fullback, when you're one-on-one against somebody as quick as that, you've got to need a bit of help, and you need somebody to double up, stop the channel of the inside lane, force them down the outside, and it's lesser of two evils.
Well, Cooper is back on his feet, and we are back underway. 38 minutes on the clock. Liverpool 2, Barnsley 0, and we have the answer to your bootless goal.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there has been a goal for Tottenham against Arsenal at White Hart Lane in 1988. Not sure if it was the FA Cup or what competition it was in. Do you want to hazard a guess at who it might have been?
Mickey Hazard.
Paul Gascoigne.
Was it Gazza, was it?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all. I'm surprised he had boots on at all. He was that good, he didn't need boots.
When I was given that information, I thought, well, do you know what, that makes sense. It was Paul Gascoigne.
Yeah, of course it does.
Liverpool back underway with Andy Robertson on the halfway line, finds Van Dijk. Liverpool with that 2-goal cushion now as Szoboszlai looks for Ngamoa down this left-hand side. Again, he's got O'Keefe for company, and again he's shuffling, trying to find his way past, cuts back onto his left foot, now onto his right. O'Keefe stays with him, forces him to play the ball back to Szoboszlai, and he gets it back again from Robertson, McAllister, Gomez. Liverpool keeping the pressure on. The scorer of the second goal, Frimpong, now up against Ogbeta again. He gets the cross in, but Cooper is there to clutch it into his gloves and try and get something going for Barnsley. He's gone short to Shepherd, into Yoganathan, who moves it out to Ogbeta. Nicely played from Barnsley, but they're still within their defensive third. They need to get the ball forward. Now Yoganathan gets a flick on it forward, but Gomez is there. Yoganathan wins it back again, and Vimal Yoganathan, the 19-year-old who was released by Liverpool as a youngster. Barnsley moving it forward, but Szoboszlai is there. He's actually played in the last year, Yoganathan. Oh, it's Szoboszlai! Gives it away right in front of the goal. And Barnsley capitalise. And it's O'Keefe with the finish. Szoboszlai went to cut back, completely missed the ball. And O'Keefe was just standing in the right place at the right time and knocked it into an empty net. Incredible goal for Barnsley. They're back in it. It's Liverpool 2, Barnsley 1.
Yeah, that's incredible, because it was actually a foot race between Szoboszlai and O'Keefe, and Szoboszlai gets there first. He's that quick, he makes up the ground, and he gets to the ball first, and he takes the ball towards his own keeper. He goes across the 6-yard line. He's getting pressed by O'Keefe, and what he does, Ailey, he pretends to back heel it, and unfortunately his studs actually touch the ball, and he stops it about 4 yards away from his own goal, and O'Keefe just taps it in. He tries a fake back heel, gets it wrong, stops the ball 4 yards from his goal. O'Keefe says, thank you very much, I wouldn't mind scoring at Anfield. 2-1 to Liverpool. Now it's game on.
Now it is game on. It was actually Phillips. The beards threw me. It was the mistaken identity of the beards. It was Adam Phillips, who was an academy player at Liverpool at 8 years old until moving to Norwich in 2017. He has come back to Anfield and he has scored against Liverpool, the club he supports. And do you know, actually he was talking about, he went to school with Curtis Jones, albeit a few years above Curtis Jones, and he was a little bit annoyed that Jones has unfollowed him on Instagram. So I think he'll be having a word with him tonight.
I think he'd rather score than have Curtis Jones follow him on Instagram, let me tell you.
Jones might not want to follow him on Instagram. That goal will be plastered all over it, I'm sure. What a special moment for Adam Phillips and for these travelling Barnsley fans. They are back in this FA Cup tie. Liverpool 2, Barnsley 1. We've got 4 minutes before the first half 45 is up. And that was one of the strangest goals I've ever seen, particularly from a player with the absolute quality of Szoboszlai. Such a rare moment, and Adam Phillips was there to capitalise.
Yeah, he was. Just, a mistake in front of the goal. You don't try tricks in front of the goal. Listen, if anybody was going to get it right, it was Szoboszlai on this occasion. He just touched the ball with his studs, and he just stopped dead. And easiest goal in the world you'll ever score.
It is indeed the easiest goal. Who'd have thought you'd get the easiest goal of your career at Anfield? As Liverpool come forward, ball into the area, looking for Gakpo, but it's cleared by Dejevani as far as Szoboszlai, who picks it up. He's made a mistake leading to Barnsley's goal, but he's scored an absolute worldie to get Liverpool off the mark in the 9th minute. So an interesting roller coaster game so far for Dominik Szoboszlai as Liverpool come forward again. Szoboszlai's got Ungamoa out to the left hand side, who he now finds. O'Keefe is with him, but Ungamoa into the area, drops it to Robertson, to Gakpo, across to McAllister. Liverpool being patient, moving it to the right hand side with Chiesa onto the right foot. Good cross, cleared by Shepherd as Cooper waves his arms frantically to get Barnsley out of his penalty area and get them up that field.
Yeah, I think it's one of these games where Liverpool have had so much possession that they're kind of waiting for the opportunities to come all the time, and if they don't take them, they're kind of going, oh, it's okay, there'll be another one here very, very soon. You have to take your opportunities. Don't take it for granted that they're going to come, and they're going to come. This Barnsley side will defend, they'll work hard, they'll make it difficult for you.
Ball from Gomez looking for Ungamoa. I think he thought Gakpo was on the left hand side. That ball was a couple of feet too tall for Ungamoa above his head. So Barnsley with the throw in inside their own half on this near side. It's headed clear by Van Dijk. Gakpo wins it. Chiesa flicks it to McAllister, who's got the run of Frimpong to the right hand side. There's grass in front of Frimpong. He's wide, he's got the cross in, but it's too high for the on-running Gakpo, and it's gone for a Barnsley goal kick. And Frimpong in a great space there, and that can sometimes be the criticism towards him, just rushes that final pass.
Yeah, just a little bit of end product. Oh yeah, he scored his goal, and what a good goal it was as well, but the simple things he has to do better, the quality of the ball in the box, defending as well, making sure your opposite number doesn't get any joy down your side of the pitch. And like we've always said, stake a claim for that right back spot. There's an opportunity. I'm just watching a replay of this Szoboszlai mistake on my little screen here, and he's squinting, he's squeezing his face really tight, looking up to the skies as if to say, why did I try that in front of my own goal?
Yeah, it was quite an incredible moment. I was actually looking at it as well to see if there was a bobble, to see if there was anything. There didn't seem to be. 2 minutes added time at the end of this first half. A first half that Liverpool have dominated and scored twice, but Barnsley getting one back through the strangest of goals as Frimpong crosses the halfway line. He's got nobody ahead of him though, so he decides to chop it back, and Liverpool will now try up this left hand side with Szoboszlai just looking for the runs in front of him. Jones does offer one, and it now comes out to Robertson, who's got Szoboszlai just inside him. Liverpool with numbers forward, and Robertson and Curtis Jones play a little 1-2. Liverpool just trying to slow this game down a little bit, because Barnsley, their tails are up after that goal. The adrenaline will be pumping.
Yeah, they're just trying to stay at this point to half time, just to make sure that they do give themselves the opportunity of getting back into this game. They don't want it to be 2 and 3 goals clear.
Frimpong on the right edge of the area. He's got Gomez for support if he needs him. He uses them, and now Gomez will launch it into the area, looking for Jones at the back post. Really good header clear, and it's actually a free kick to Barnsley inside their 6-yard box. And I was reading some of the memories from that Barnsley victory here at Anfield back in 2008. Brian Howard, who scored the 90th minute winner, and they were 1-0 down at half time. Dirk Kuyt had scored for Liverpool, and they went into the dressing room, and the message was, you're just a goal behind, this is still an opportunity to become heroes. And now Barnsley will go into the dressing room, if things stay as it is, just 1 goal behind, with that same message from Conor Hourihane, I'm sure, being played to them.
Absolutely, and why not? They've done really well to be where they are in this position, if it's going to stay like this.
Well, there is the half-time whistle. It does indeed stay like this, and it's a sort of mixed response to that first half, where Liverpool were very dominant, scored an absolute beauty through Szoboszlai in the 9th minute, and Frimpong with a lovely shuffle to get past Agbeta, firing it high into the roof of the net. But Barnsley, they had started strongly. Keeler Dunn hit the post inside 30 seconds. They then found themselves 2 goals down before Szoboszlai, with an incredible moment just on the goal line, led the ball, let the ball just fall perfectly to Phillips, who had to pass it into an empty net from about 4 yards out. A stranger goal you will not see, but it's got Barnsley right back into this game, Dion, and it's been a cracking cup tie so far.
Yeah, listen, I've enjoyed it. I've liked the way that Barnsley have been incredibly disciplined. They've had 25% of the ball in this first half. Liverpool, I believe, need to be a little bit more ruthless in front of goal. They've created some really good chances. They haven't really committed somebody or players in the box from crosses. They're expecting to get more and more chances. Don't think this is just going to happen, you Liverpool players. Make it happen, because Barnsley will keep coming and keep being disciplined.
Well, they have had that big scare as Barnsley pulled a goal back, so I'm sure Arne Slot will be reminding them of what happened at Plymouth last season, and of the fact that this is a competition where Liverpool can really target silverware this season. And at the break, it is Liverpool 2, Barnsley 1.
Also, let's not forget that Davis Keeler-Dunn hit the post inside the first 45 seconds as well. Do you think Szoboszlai's tried to be too clever for his own good there, Dion?
Yes, I do. He did exactly.
He wouldn't have tried that at home to Arsenal, would he?
No, he wouldn't have done. I mean, what he's tried. I mean, Joby will tell you the same thing. It's just he's tried to do a fake back heel to his keeper in order to give himself a little bit more space as he moves forward. Unfortunately, the ball was closer to his studs than he thought, and he literally just stopped it 4 yards out, and it was a tap-in.
Joby?
Yeah, I was going to sit here waxing lyrical about Dominic Szoboszlai.
Well, you can. You still can. You still can.
No, but it's always the way, Chavs. I think that was the problem. It was almost too easy, the game for them at times, dominating the ball. Yes, obviously Barnsley actually had a couple of opportunities and, didn't take them prior to that goal. But I just feel you get into a mindset of actually I'm going to do something that I wouldn't normally do. Not just against Arsenal. We wouldn't have done that if it was 0-0, But I just feel the game was a little bit, safe at that point, and it's just one of those situations that it's horrendous, really. It looks worse the more you watch it back, actually. I'm not sure if he has tried to just do a little fake dummy and then buy himself time, or if he actually has tried to sort of leave it on him for Mamardashvili to come out. Whatever he's done, he's got it all wrong. Absolute gift, and credit to Barnsley for sticking in there.
But it does give them hope, doesn't it? Because originally at 2-0, my question was going to be to you, I don't know how Barnsley play this now, because you don't in some ways want to go for it to try and get back in, because you could end up being Exeter at Manchester City, couldn't you? Whereas now, because they've hit the post, had a couple of other shots, and there's only one goal in it, they can bite. If they can hold out, they can bide their time before they give it a go.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we would have seen a more adventurous side to Barnsley in the second half, even at 2-0, because obviously they're going to try and get themselves back into the game. It's such a tough balance to strike, though, chappers, when you go into an Anfield. Do we want to be more aggressive and get up the pitch more, and not be so submissive? Of course, but at the same time, you give Liverpool players with a strong team out too much space and let them expose you, then they're going to get picked off. Had a couple of really bad results against Premier League opposition in the last couple of years, against Brighton and obviously against Manchester United, where they've conceded heavily, sort of 6 and 7. So I'm sure that's in the mindset of Conor Hourihane. But at the same time, now only a goal down, they're going into it going, actually, yeah, we can just be a little bit more cautious maybe than they would have been. We're still in it, don't give anything away, and who knows, there might be an opportunity for us. Joby McAnuff, Dion Dublin, Ailey Barber, thank you very much. Second half on the way. Let's just nip to the snooker and the Masters. Jamie Broughton and Alexandra Palace.
And we're watching the world champion Zhao Jingtong play Gary Wilson tonight in the first round. Wilson took the opening frame with a break of 76, but since then it's been Jingtong who's dominated proceedings. The Chinese star makes the game look very easy indeed when he's in full flow, and he's knocked in breaks of 51, 54 and 72 to fight back and go 4-1 up. 6 is the target for a place in the quarterfinals and a match against John Higgins or Barry Hawkins.
I've had one of the best weekends that the NFL has seen in many a year. Wildcard weekend was unbelievable. We'll talk about it with Phoebe Schechter after Fraser Dainton in the news.
The voice of the UK.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
Thank you, Mark. Good evening. Sir Keir Starmer has warned Elon Musk's X that if it cannot control Grok, we will, and said the social media site could lose the right to self-regulate. The Technology Secretary, Liz Kendall, has said creating non-consensual fake nude images will become a criminal offence from this week, after reports said X's chatbot had been used to create sexualised photos of people as well as explicit images of children. X says it removes abuse material. Our technology editor, Zoe Kleinman, says the law will be difficult to police.
What we're seeing now, I think, is a government trying to demonstrate that it can act quickly with tech regulation when it wants to. But the question everyone's asking is how exactly are they going to police it? Because Grok only came to everybody's attention because it was publishing the content that it was making, whereas other tools, maybe you could ask them to do it and you would just have it as a private collection.
At least 650 protesters in Iran have been killed in a crackdown against anti-government demonstrations. The Norway-based group Iran Human Rights says the number of dead could be far higher, but a nationwide blackout of communications in Iran is making it difficult to verify. The former Conservative Chancellor Nadeem Zahawi has said Britain needs Nigel Farage as Prime Minister as he announced he was joining Reform UK. Mr Zahawi was sacked as Tory party chairman in 2023 after he failed to disclose that HMRC was investigating his tax affairs. Mr Farage shrugged off suggestions that his party had taken in so many Conservatives, voters wouldn't be able to tell the two parties apart.
We are not going to become the Conservative Party 2.0, but our weakness is we lack front line experience. I've always been very candid about that, and with people like Nadeem, they've been on the inside.
And officials in the US state of Missouri say a group of monkeys are on the loose in St. Louis, but they've no idea where they came from. They were first spotted roaming the streets on Thursday. It's not clear how many are at large, but initial reports suggest there are 4.
The wait is over.
Welcome to a brand new series of Gladiators! 3, 2, 1...
If we hit you hard, it's a compliment.
I don't think my jaw is supposed to bend that way.
Brand new events that will test your pecs, your power and your pace.
When you come at this cat, you're going to get these claws.
You're a contender on my show. I'm the energy guy, and I'm thinking he's taking my place.
A brand new series of Gladiators. Starts Saturday on BBC iPlayer.
This is 5 Live Sport.
The FA Cup with Mark Chapman.
Listen on BBC Sounds.
Liverpool 2-1 up on Barnsley. The winners will play Brighton in the 4th round. Second half on the way. Macclesfield drew Brentford, by the way, in the 4th round. We'll talk more about it a little bit later on, but let's talk NFL after what was probably, for those that run the NFL, a perfect wild card weekend. It had drama, it had game-winning touchdowns in the final 2 minutes, it had shocks. There was nothing predictable at all about it, was there, Phoebe Schechter, who is in Jacksonville at the moment? I mean, they must be rubbing their hands with joy at what they've got in these playoffs.
And how do you not? Because every single game, 4 of them in particular, were decided by one score, and most of them decided in the 4th quarter. I mean, these games were like ping pong matches, and you didn't even know who to root for at the end. You just wanted to see what was happening. You don't even have to be an NFL fan to appreciate what was going on over the weekend.
So at the moment, the NFC have the number 1 seeds as the Seahawks, and the AFC have the number 1 seeds as the Broncos, and neither of those played this weekend. The benefit of being a number 1 seed is you sit out wildcard weekend. As far as the games are concerned, Patriots beat the Chargers, which was the only real duff one, really. Bills beat the Jaguars, Bears beat the Packers, Rams beat the Panthers, and the 49ers knocked out the Super Bowl champions, the Eagles. And when you list those teams, you wouldn't put $1, would you, on any one of them to win the Super Bowl? That's the beauty of this at the moment. You can't call it.
No, and that's what makes this so exciting is we keep saying it's the most wide open NFL race because genuinely, whether you're looking at the NFC or the AFC or any of the teams that you just listed, who knows who's actually going to get to the Super Bowl, let alone win it. And the interesting thing is pretty much every single one of these teams has some sort of flaw within them, which really just kind of lets things teeter on the edge.
They all have a flaw, and yet every game you think, oh no, I want to talk to you about that one. Oh no, I ought to start by talking about that one. No, we should talk about that one because of the storylines. So I'm going to start with the 49ers because they have a flaw, which is they don't have very many players left because they keep getting injured.
Yes, and another huge injury for them during the Eagles game. George Kittle, who is really a stalwart of that team offensively, going out with an Achilles injury. But you have to give so much credit to head coach Kyle Shanahan, what he has been able to do. And I would say there's about maybe 8 big injuries I can think of. They're starting... It doesn't even matter if you know the sport or not. You're starting your 5th and 6th string linebackers and a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, they are picking from the bottom of the barrel. And yet, like you said, they just knocked off last year's Super Bowl team, which is incredible and shows, this is a team, they're based in San Francisco. They want to be able to play in the Super Bowl in their hometown, but they still have a long journey to get there.
I mean, you have coached at the Bills, but how hard is that? Look, if you get your 6th and 7th choice in football, it's as in European football, it is tough, but you can kind of get away with it a bit because there isn't a playbook to learn, which of course there is in the NFL. So given given the schemes that are there, given that, there's quite a lot of brain power involved, how hard must it be to be 6th, 7th, 8th choice and turning out for a team?
It's incredibly challenging because you're hoping, as a head coach or the one who creates the scheme, you have to trust that the coach is coaching those positions, because remember, in American football, you probably have around 16 coaches for all the different positions. And you hope that you have instilled enough in your coaches that they're coaching up everybody in their positional group, from the top, the starters, to, like we're talking about now, the 6th, 7th string guys. But, when you have a 6th or 7th string guy, they're probably there because, they may not be as athletic. They don't have enough experience yet. So you're, maybe they're special teams guys, which means they just play on special teams in particular, you're kicking and whatnot. And so you've got to have a lot of trust, a little bit of good luck, and then hope that everyone around them helps to make each other better.
Obviously, as you're well aware over here, we love an underdog. And if this was getting to the final stages of the FA Cup, I think you would kind of gauge a public mood about who neutrals would want to go furthest or who would want to win it because they are the underdog. Is it the same over there? Do you get a sense of who those who aren't involved but love NFL would like to go all the way?
Yeah, I think there's a real big respect for what people can do from, a coaching standpoint. I think also teams like you're talking about, underdogs. It was interesting. I was at the Panthers game this weekend, and to see the different amount of jerseys being worn, which it was almost like an international game. I was really quite surprised. But the ones that were being worn were, you had some 49ers, you had some Patriots ones, the kind of, ooh, this is exciting. We don't know where this is going to go. But that support for those teams is phenomenal.
So the Bears will be at home to the Rams and the Seahawks will be at home to the 49ers in the NFC. The Broncos will face the Bills in the AFC. And then we're waiting for the winner of tonight's game between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers to take on the Patriots. Who would you favour there?
Well, I'd say in the game tonight, the Texans defense, they rank in the top 5 in almost every different category you can have defensively. They've got phenomenal defensive ends and people that can affect the play, especially against different quarterbacks they're going to see. I mean, you're also talking about going up against Aaron Rodgers, quarterback of the Steelers, who is MVP. He is phenomenal at what he does, but I don't know if anybody right now can keep up with how this Texans defense are operating.
And just from a personal point of view, the Bears?
I'm surprised it took you this long to ask.
Leaving the best. I'm just leaving the best till last. We had a little text conversation over the weekend, but honestly, I can't think of a team that's put such a smile on my face in many a year.
I'm so happy for you. Honestly, I know the Bears are so excited. They were telling me about how you interviewed Roshan, one of their running backs on their team, and how they loved you so much. And you know what? Don't worry, we're talking about you too. Your ears should be burning.
Oh my God! Wow, that did throw me slightly. But as long as they keep winning, that's all I care about. Thank you, Phoebe.
Thank
you. Phoebe Shates with us. Quickly, Joby McAnuff, as we wait for the game to kick off, what do Barnsley do here for the first 20-25 minutes?
I think it would be very simple from their perspective. Again, try and keep it tight. They've got some good options to potentially bring on a little bit later when that energy drops and they need a little bit of a boost. The likes of Jallo and Kelly, young players who've done well this season. Again, I think as the game goes on, if they're still in it, they can be a little bit more adventurous. What they don't want to do is concede early, and then that whole game plan goes out the window.
Thank you, Joby. Talk later. Arne Slot had a face like thunder as he turned towards the dressing room, Ailey Barber.
I'm sure he did, because that was such a cheap goal that Liverpool gave away, and no clean sheet against Barnsley. I'm sure that would have been one of the messages that Slot had sent out before the game. We want a clean sheet tonight. They don't have it, and it was such a cheap goal to lose, but it has Barnsley right back into things here at Anfield. Liverpool 2, Barnsley 1. We're back underway for the second half. Liverpool playing from our left to right in their all red, and Barnsley from right to left in their all white. No changes at the break for either team as Curtis Jones is surrounded by 3 white shirts and wins the free kick just inside Liverpool's half. So let me run you quickly through the two teams. Mamardashvili in goal for Liverpool. A back four: Robertson, Van Dijk, Gomez and Frimpong. Jones and McAllister in midfield, with Szoboszlai playing just ahead of them. Gakpo, Ungamoa and Chiesa, the front three. They have rotated a little bit in that first half as Barnsley just lose the ball, edge of the area. Jones outside the D, moves it onto the right hand side. Chiesa into the area, left foot, it's blocked and cleared, but only as far as Gomez, who will trot back and pick that ball up just around the halfway line under no pressure. So Barnsley getting themselves back into it through that Adam Phillips goal. They line up with Cooper in goal. It is more a back five of Beta, Shepherd, Dejevany, Watson and O'Keefe, with Phillips, Bland, Yoganathan and Cleary in midfield. Davis Keeler-Dunn up front. He hit the post after 30 seconds off this game, but from then on in, Liverpool pretty much controlled that first half. Dion Dublin.
Yeah, they did, and they've come out in the second half and done exactly the same thing. It's literally carbon copy of the way the first half ended, apart from the goal. And I'm pretty sure they've had a bit of a telling off at half time, this Liverpool team, because they kind of took their foot off the gas.
They've had plenty off the ball. They haven't perhaps created or been as clinical as Arne Slot would like in terms of that final third, as Ungamoa just gets stopped in a little dancing run towards the edge of the penalty area. Szoboszlai picks it up over onto the left hand side with Jones. He's got Robertson outside and finds Robertson now. Robertson will take that first time left footed cross, looking for Frimpong at the back post but can't make contact, and now Gomez is lost out to Cleary. Ogbeta, he doesn't have many options ahead of him, but he does well to cut inside, find Yoganathan, who now has Bland ahead of him, and there's a space over on this left hand side, but the opportunity for the pass cut out, and from the right the cross comes in. It will go all the way through to Ogbeta, left edge of the penalty area, cuts inside looking for the cut back to Keeler-Dunn, but it's cleared only as far though as Yoganathan. And Barnsley with an opportunity at the start of this second half to try and exert some dominance. Cleary trying to take on Frimpong, which he does. Now he gets the cross in and Gomez clears it just off the toes of Keeler-Dunn, but again it is Barnsley who pick the ball up. Dejevany to Shepherd inside the centre circle, and you can hear the supporters of Liverpool trying to urge their team forward because Yoganathan gets the better of Chiesa. His pass though is blocked, but it falls for Cleary. He's taken down, is he, by Chiesa? He is. It will be a free kick to Barnsley, left edge of the pitch, just level with the edge of the penalty area. Both players feeling their faces. I think there might have been a clash of heads in that, but good start to the second half from Barnsley.
Yeah, really good. They've done really well down this left hand side with Cleary, and Chiesa's just completely wiped him out, so they've got a free kick here, like you say, level with the edge of the 18, right on the touchline. And you heard the Liverpool fans there getting restless, as if to say, why are they having so many chances? Come on, we have to really get our team performing.
Yeah, they've had a lot of the ball tonight, Liverpool. The 2 goals to show for it, one from 25 yards, an absolute screamer from Szoboszlai, the other one an individual effort from Jeremy Frimpong, showing great feet to get past Ogbeta and fire it into the roof of the net. They haven't really worked too many chances through Barnsley's defence as that free kick is cleared, but it's a heavy touch from Ungamoa, and now it's fired back in and Yoganathan just can't get on the end of it. Now a chance for Liverpool to move forward, and it's Robertson looking for the run of Jones, cut out though by Watson, and Barnsley keep possession inside their own half. Good touch inside from Watson, now finds Ogbeta, who's got Cleary ahead of him, and again it's Cleary against Frimpong, but the offside flag has gone up against the left winger and Barnsley will retreat. Chiesa is down on a heap, just looking for a little bit of treatment, but Barnsley have been positive in this second half, and that's what you have to be.
Yeah, you do. You have to, I'm just watching a replay of that offside. It's not offside, actually. He's onside by about a yard, to be honest with you. Ogbeta down the left-hand side, the linesman. The referee's assistant got that completely wrong. And I'm pleased that Barnsley have come out in this way. They've looked very, very positive. They've try to be a little bit higher up the pitch as well. They can't stay too deep. Get away from the keeper, get up, get the back five up, give yourself a chance of creating a chance at least.
Well, they got their chance out of nothing and they took it to reduce the deficit to just the one goal as the rain falls now at Anfield. The dark sky above as Gomez launches it forward looking for the run of Ngumoa, but that's going to skip clear off the 17-year-old and go out for a Barnsley throw-in deep inside their own half. And Chiesa is back on, just I think feeling the effects of that challenge with Ugbeta a little earlier on, but he's back on.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Liverpool are going to have the lion's share, obviously, but they're going to have to be a little bit more potent in the final third. They're going to have to actually finish off the chances that they are creating, and don't just expect chances to come along, because, you know, Barnsley are here on merit. You know, give them the credit they are due, and they'll stay organised and they'll stay resilient. If you get a chance, put it in the back of the net.
Yep, 2 wins already in the FA Cup for Barnsley this season, putting out York City and then Peterborough before getting the glamour tie here at Anfield as Chiesa comes forward, uses the overlap of Frimpong, cross comes in, and Cooper again, safe hands from the 24-year-old goalkeeper on loan from QPR. And Liverpool do have firepower on their bench because Ekitike is back available, and I'm pretty sure we will see him get some minutes at some point as Jones just gets ahead of Yoganathan to win that ball, but Yoganathan recovers well and Jones now moves it over to Robertson. Ngumoa driving inside, deep. Keeler Dunn back there getting a foot in, but only as far as Van Dijk, who shows some great feet to get past the challenge, and it's fallen to Ngumoa, the deflected shot from Van Dijk, but he's now got bodies around him. Just took a little hesitation there, allowed Barnsley bodies back in, but it will be a corner for Liverpool, their first off this second half, as they look to try and take the sting out of what has been a positive start to the second half.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ngumoa there. He's got to take that first time. The shot from Van Dijk deflects right to him. He's 15 yards out on the angle. Take the chance, take the volley. He brings it down. He gets 3 players in front of him. He's got no chance when that happens. Take the chance that you get.
Well, it is a corner to Liverpool. Andy Robertson down below us in front of the Kop, 2 arms raised, in it goes and headed clear, but not outside of the area, and that will be a foul on Ogbeta, and Barnsley will win a free kick just inside their area. And I was at St James's Park when Ngumoa came off the bench and scored that equaliser, I think it was. What an incredible finish it was to the game, and for I think he was 16 at the time. He certainly announced himself as a Liverpool player, but these are the opportunities that he needs to take. Yeah, and he's had a lot of the ball, and he looks just a naturally talented winger with lots of pace, bags of skill, but we've seen it before. We've seen kids come through with all that. Now you've got to turn that into goals and assists and chances for your teammates. That's what you need. Good strength from Gakpo to hold off Shepherd, keep possession for Liverpool, but the pass from McAllister not right for Frimpong, and he tries his best with it, but under pressure from Cleary, it's going to go out for a Barnsley throw-in deep inside their own half. And there have just been those little sloppiness to Liverpool's play at times tonight. Yeah, and Joby mentioned that it kind of too easy, I mean, the pass from McAllister to Frimpong he was just going to leave it into an area that Frimpong would just get on his bike and cross it, but he underhit it and it got cut out. So they're the little things you have to do really well, and that's what gets you over the line as the bigger football club and the better players. And with all due respect to Barnsley, they're the things you have to get right. Well, Liverpool still in possession on the halfway line with Robertson, and he's looking left and right for options. He has it from Jones, but quite often we see Liverpool get the ball in those amongst those defensive players, and they are looking up, they're looking for options, and they don't seem to feel that they have them there. But Ngumoa, with the ball at his feet, goes inside looking for Jones, cleared by Yoganathan as far as Van Dijk. And again, Robertson looked for a run, didn't get one, and has to go back to McAllister. Will that be a frustration for Slot?
Yeah, it will be, but he's waiting for his team to pick the right pass at the right time. He's forcing his players to say, right, find an answer to a 5-4-1. Break this Barnsley team down with quality play. That's why you've got your chance tonight in the shirt of Liverpool. What can you do? Stand out.
Well, Liverpool win a corner, good strength from Chiesa just to see the ball out, and Szoboszlai now goes over below us to take this corner kick, and Gamoa coming short. Will this be one off the training ground? Perhaps. Robertson with the first corner, and it is a short one from Szoboszlai to Ungamoa. And now Ungamoa finds Szoboszlai, cross comes in, but it's over there to Gomez, but at the back post was Van Dijk, and that's a great save from Cooper. He managed to get down to it, flicked it up, it came off the crossbar and out for another Liverpool corner. I think Van Dijk thought he'd scored all day long there, but brilliant from the Barnsley keeper.
Yeah, I thought he'd scored as well, to be honest with you. It's a lovely volley from Van Dijk, 10 yards out, far post. He kicks it into the ground and it really flashes off the grass. Cooper with a great left-handed save onto the bar. Brilliant save. Great technique from Van Dijk as well.
A fantastic save to deny the Liverpool captain. Ungamoa now from the corner. Again, it went short. Gakpo now found Szoboszlai, and Szoboszlai finds Gakpo again, right edge of the penalty area, but struggling to find the space for the cross. Now it comes in, headed clear. Jones tries to get on it, and McAllister flicks it over his head, but it's found. Gakpo controls it well, gets the shot away straight at the goalkeeper. And I can see below me, Ekitike is about to come on for Liverpool, as is Florian Wirtz. Not sure that's what Barnsley want to see.
No, I would imagine it's what Slot doesn't want to see either, to be honest with you. He wants his team out there to have done a job, and they haven't so far. Barnsley have stayed in the game and are doing really well right now.
Oh, Watson got away with one there. The pass across the midfield was very nearly cut out by Chiesa, and he would have had a clear run to goal, but it just evaded the Italian and made it through to Barnsley feet. They now come forward through O'Keefe on this right hand side up against Robertson, going out the outside, and a couple of step overs, finds Bland, whose flick in is cleared, and Liverpool will win possession back through Robertson. Positive play by O'Keefe, but Robertson does enough, and now it's gone out for a Liverpool goal kick. And also coming on is Ibrahima Konate. So Liverpool going to make a triple change below us, and positive for these Liverpool fans to see Ekitike back fit and getting some game time.
Yes, this is not what Barnsley want to see. Konate, I mean, they might even just leave Van Dijk and Konate at the back, you know, and let the two fullbacks just roam forward and crack on, because there's nobody to mark for Van Dijk and Gomez at the moment.
No, Barnsley struggling to keep numbers up the pitch, and the game very much being played in their half. It is going to be Joe Gomez who does come off for Konate. I wonder perhaps if that's with the situation at right back in mind as well, and Gomez has been struggling a little bit.
Yeah, it could be right there, Ailey. Let's just they might just go to a 3 now and just leave the 3 at the back and just leave the rest of the red shirts to go forward and win the game.
Well, Frimpong is also coming on for Florian Wirtz, so that may well be Curtis Jones perhaps moving to right back, we shall see, and Federica Chiesa will also be coming off. Hugo Ekitike replacing him. So we shall see who moves. It is actually going to be Szoboszlai that moves into that right back position. Does have options at right back. It's the one position that he's tried so many players in. Szoboszlai, Jones, a few of them been in there.
Absolutely. Frimpong, I mean, they all can play the position.
So Szoboszlai moves in there. Wirtz will take that advanced midfield role. Ekitike through the middle, and Konate a straight swap for Joe Gomez. And now a new challenge for Barnsley with a new couple of attackers to try and take care of, but it's Barnsley on the attack. It's a really good run from Cleary. He goes down under the challenge off Szoboszlai, and the referee had a look there
Nothing given, no VAR. Conor Hourihane is furious on the touchline.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Clary got on the right side, or should I say the wrong side for Szoboszlai. He got goal side and he was just about to get away from Szoboszlai. I think Szoboszlai may have just got a toe on that. I need to see it back. But yes, concerning times getting behind that back four.
Well, we have Barnsley's club commentary down next to us, and they definitely thought it was a penalty, but I'm not sure if we take it as read from them. But great break from Barnsley, moving down that left-hand side, and Cleary with an opportunity to show his pace and get in behind Szoboszlai, test Szoboszlai as he's moved into that right-back position. And on that, you would have to say that Cleary got the better of him on their first little meeting, but nothing given in terms of the penalty. Now Liverpool come forward, poor from Jones, and it's cut out before it gets to Gakpo, and O'Keefe with an opportunity to go forward, absolutely no support in front of him, just red shirts, and he thought he'd won the throw-in, and I thought he had as well, and I thought he's done really well there, but it's actually a Liverpool throw-in.
They are trying to play a little bit higher up the pitch, but they haven't had the ball long enough in order to get that back five up. It's wave after wave of red attack now.
As Liverpool leading by 2-1 as Ngumoa goes down this right hand side, forced back, and he finds Szoboszlai. Just over an hour played at Anfield. Barnsley got themselves back into this one right before half time, but it's been a second half, Dion, of a few chances. That Van Dijk volley at the back post that was brilliantly saved, about the best of it
so far. Yeah, but you know, there's a lot of time yet to go. I mean, Ekitike now has made about 4 runs and nobody's picked him out. Gakpo as well, he's finding himself more and more inside the pitch, not out wide left. Wirtz is getting on the ball 10-12 yards away from the D, Barnsley's D, trying to make things happen, but there's no gaps in the centre of the pitch at all.
Well, Ngumoa over on this right hand side now, gets an opportunity to run at Agbeta, finds Jones though. Jones with the shot come cross, and it's cleared just wide of Cooper's far post. Came off Yoganathan, and it could go anywhere, and there's concern over the goalkeeper at the moment. He is down, and I think it was Shepherd was calling immediately for some assistance for the goalkeeper, and we're going to get a look back at this, Dion.
Wow, having seen it now, I don't think Szoboszlai gets any of the ball, and I think Szoboszlai has actually got too close to Clary there.
There enough contact for you?
You know what, it's I need to see this 10-12 times, because he does get a toe on it, you know. I'm not quite sure, the angles aren't there, but my first thought, to be honest with you, having seen it again, is it's a penalty.
Well, it wasn't given on the field, and there's no VAR in the third round of the FA Cup, so Cleary will not get the benefit of it being looked at a second time. A big turning point that could have been in this game, because Barnsley down by that 2-1 as the goalkeeper is back up on his feet, and it will be a Liverpool corner from that far side, as that shot cannoned off Yoganathan, could have gone absolutely anywhere, but it went behind. So Liverpool with the corner from that far side, bodies in the box. Van Dijk making the run, it comes towards the captain, headed clear by Shepherd, right up in the air. He gets a second bite at it, and now Phillips will look to launch it clear, but again it will fall to a red shirt. Every single white shirt in their penalty area as Gakpo dinks it in, looking for the head of Ekitike, and it's gone just wide of that far post. It might have been Van Dijk who actually got the final touch on it. There was a couple of bodies, but I thought it was going to nestle in that far post.
I did as well, to be honest with you, because you've seen Van Dijk do it so much with Gakpo going down the left-hand side. He lifted it into the middle of the goal, and as per usual, Van Dijk gets above everybody else, tries to head it back where it comes from, and he just misses that far post by about a yard. But lots of red shirts in there, a little bit more positive, not taking it for granted that you're going to get chances, and it's so much better to see.
Well, Barnsley looking to try and launch something. Davis Keeler-Dunn just gets on the end of that when he does well, lifts it into Phillips, into the area. The Barnsley goal scorer battling with Kanate, and Kanate comes out on top, but he's now got pressure from Bland, but that's a free kick, and that seems a
A very soft one that's been awarded to Konate down in that corner, and I think we can see from Conor Hourihane's reaction that he thinks exactly the same.
Yeah, he's not happy with that one. I mean, Konate is just waiting for the contact, waiting for that contact to come in, and Phillips obliges, and he just gets a nudge and he falls over, takes the pressure off his team there. That's where you've got to keep Liverpool in there, facing their own goal, force them to play out, make it difficult for them, don't give them an easy out, especially not here at Anfield.
Well, Hourihane actually got a yellow card for his protestations there, possibly that one, and the penalty that he feels his side should have been awarded. There's been a couple of moments for him in the last 5 minutes or so where he's not been happy with the referee's decision, so he's in the book as Liverpool look to come forward again through Wirtz. They lead by 2-1. 66 minutes played here at Anfield in this final match of this FA Cup third round weekend. Brighton lie in wait for the winner of this tie. It will be either at Anfield or Oakwell who gets through to the fourth round. At the moment, it looks like it will be Liverpool, and they win another corner.
Yeah, and that's through Ungamoa now is on the right hand side, Gakpo's on his favoured left hand side, and Liverpool have had 2 corners, maybe 3 corners in the second half already. That's through Gakpo taking his opposite number on and trying to cross the ball. Don't make it too complicated for yourself, and that's a better balance for me for Liverpool.
So Liverpool with the corner, far side. Cody Gakpo will take it. Lots of bodies waiting in the box, curled in, but it's a Whitehead that gets on it. A white-shirted Barnsley player heading it clear. And Ungamoa nicks the ball. He goes down under the challenge of Yoganathan, nothing given, and Cleary will pick up possession and drop it back to Shepherd, who's got the option of Keeler Dunn, but Konate able to thwart his attempts to move forward as Shepherd goes down under the challenge of Ungamoa, nothing given, and now Soboslai will pick up the loose ball into McAllister, to Wirtz, to Ekitike, the 2 substitutes linking up. Robertson now with Gakpo down this left hand side. Gakpo cuts into his right foot and moves inside, finds Wirtz, gets it back from Wirtz, lovely through ball, plays it across the 6-yard box, nobody there, but in comes Ungamoa, his effort blocked from the tight angle, and Barnsley trying to get it clear through Ogbeta, does well to fend off Soboslai and find Cleary. Lovely little back here from Cleary to Keeler Dunn, who's got the run of O'Keefe down this right hand side. Barnsley coming towards the halfway line, looking to spark something that might ignite their way back into this tie and level things up. Cleary, left hand side, up against Soboslai. He got the better of him the first time. Cross comes in, it's a good one, but Robertson's there taking no chances and just places it behind for the corner, and that was a really nice break of play from Barnsley.
Brilliant play from Barnsley, right inside their own box there, playing out, nice little flicks and touches round the corners, working really hard to give the player on the ball an option. Cleary getting down on the left hand side after really good play and lots of effort to get into the box as well. They've got themselves a corner, much better, really confident play.
They have got a corner, their first off this second half from that far side, trailing by 2-1 here at Anfield. Looking to emulate that team of 2008 that came here and knocked Liverpool out of the FA Cup. It goes to the edge of the area and the shot comes in from Phillips. It's headed clear by Soboslai. There was a well-worked corner kick routine and Liverpool launch it clear. Nobody up the field for them though, so Barnsley will take the throw-in on the halfway line to O'Keefe. Finds it back to Keeler Dunn. And now up this right hand side, but that's just a little bit too much on the pass, and O'Keefe will be frustrated with himself because Barnsley were beginning to enjoy a little bit of possession there.
Yeah, and getting up the pitch and playing some really good stuff as well, not on their heels in the final third, really committing players forward as well and playing some good football.
They are going to make a couple of changes down below us, Barnsley, but first they will have to navigate this Liverpool attack. Ungamoa on the right hand side, stepping over, trying to get past Ogbeta. Ogbeta does well, forces him in to pass to Soboslai, tries to get it back, he stops it right on the byline, but Ogbeta is there to try and race clear. He's shown a little bit much to Wirtz and gets away with that one as Barnsley just launching up the pitch anywhere will do at that moment in time. And Ungamoa looks to be struggling a little bit after stretching to keep that ball in play. It is a cold night tonight, as much as he is young. That was quite a stretch. Soboslai finds Ungamoa. He looks to be okay. Those young muscles have recovered quickly.
Yeah, how do they do that?
Yeah.
How do those youngs...
I remember when that used to happen.
I've never been that young. I never recovered like that.
Gakpo, left edge of the penalty area. Cross comes in. Jones can't get on the end of it. Ikitiki, can't get on the end of it. Cooper grabs it in front of him, and now Ungamoa goes down. And Liverpool might be forced into a change here. But Barnsley are ready to make a couple of changes. Patrick Kelly, who joined in the summer from West Ham. He's been impressive for Barnsley this season. He's ready to come on, as is Owen O'Connell, who signed just last week, a free agent after being released from Wrexham. Knows Conor Hourihane well, fellow Irishman. So those two preparing to come on as Ungamoa is getting a little bit of treatment, and you can get a full debrief of this FA Cup third round weekend on BBC Sounds. There's actually plenty of listening on BBC Sounds from the FA Cup weekend. The debrief with Rick Edwards, the Telegraph's Luke Edwards, and Andy Cole. You can find that on BBC Sounds, and the Football Daily podcast will have reaction to this match here this evening and the draw which took place earlier today. That is also on BBC Sounds. So Owen O'Connell is going to come on and replace Ogbeta. He's making his debut this evening for Barnsley. Not a bad place to make it. And Patrick Kelly will replace Adam Phillips, the goal scorer for Barnsley, who capitalised on that Soboslai mistake. And also Liverpool are going to make a change. Ryan Gravenberg is going to replace Ungamoa, who's slightly hobbling off towards the tunnel area, and that's going to really solidify Liverpool's midfield.
Yeah, I agree. Gravenberg there just coming on, he'll just shore things up a little bit in there as well by the side of McAllister. I've just got to give a nod to those Barnsley fans that have travelled tonight. I mean, they have packed out their little area there behind the goal. Not the top tier, but the bottom tier completely full. Barnsley fans taking their quota of tickets, and I think that's brilliant. What a following.
Yeah, a fair few players with Liverpool connections amongst the Barnsley team, who I'm sure were trying to find tickets for friends and family as Ekitike comes forward, just looking for the little ball to Soboslai. Got a touch, and it will be a Liverpool throw-in. Came off Barnsley player. I think Ekitike thought it perhaps came off his hand, but nothing given, as Soboslai picks the ball up, and Kanati in the centre circle. And there were some interesting ties that came out in the draw earlier today for the fourth round of the FA Cup. Macclesfield, the Giant Killers, another home tie against Premier League opposition, and it'll be another fabulous day for them up against Brentford. A real test. Wrexham as well, who had that really dramatic penalty shootout victory against Nottingham Forest. They've got Ipswich, two Championship teams, and that will be a home tie for Wrexham. Oxford United as well, Premier League opposition for them in the form of Sunderland. So some tasty ties to look forward to, and the winner of this tie will have a home match against Brighton. And it is still in the balance, this tie. Liverpool lead, but just by a solitary goal, 2-1, heading into the final 15 minutes. And Barnsley have had their moments, Dion.
Yeah, they have, and you know they're frustrating Liverpool at the moment. Liverpool have, had the ball on most of the opportunities, but I mean Conor Hourihane there in his technical area. Every time the ball goes forward, he's saying to his team, "Get out, get out."
That was given away by O'Keefe though to Gakpo, but Barnsley able to scramble back possession as Cleary tries to run. Soboslai does well though. Soboslai reads it.
Yeah, does well there. I mean, that's the clever side of Soboslai. He knew exactly what Cleary was going to attempt to do, which was to leave the ball, go through his legs, and Soboslai just used his opponent and just pushed him out of the way and received the ball. That's just the clever footballing brain of Soboslai.
He's now on the ball again, looking to cross it into Wirtz. Great cross to Wirtz, but he just volleys it over the top of the bar. That was a golden opportunity for Florian Wirtz to get his third goal in a Liverpool shirt, and he somehow missed the target. He just had to hit the target, Dion.
Yeah, he did, yeah. I mean, he's trying to finish with the outside of his right boot. I mean, the ball from Szoboszlai, he's actually in front of his manager. He's that far deep that he's in front of the technical area of Arne Slot, and he puts it on a sixpence for Wirtz, and Wirtz tries to take it with the outside of his right boot, and he just gets it all wrong. It was a very, very clever effort, but got it wrong.
Should he just have let it come across his body, left-footed, side, like instep?
Yeah, I mean...
It didn't need power, did it?
No, it didn't. Just let it hit you. All the power's on the cross. As long as you hit the target, you score, and he got it all wrong over the bar, bounced too high. Another chance gone, another chance they've let go, Liverpool.
And another chance that means that Barnsley are still in this FA Cup tie as they win possession in midfield, but McAllister does well to win it back as Mamardashvili launches it down the field. Gakpo beaten to it by Shepherd, but it falls to Jones, and now Wirtz. Glorious opportunity just moments ago to make it 3-1 for Liverpool and surely keep this tie as the shot comes in from McAllister. That's also wide and of absolutely no concern to Murphy Cooper in the Barnsley goal. And one goal you feel for Liverpool would seal this tie, but as things stand, Barnsley will feel that they have an opportunity.
Yeah, listen, there's only one goal in it. It's incredible how the balance has changed for Liverpool as well. Now McAllister and Gravenberch looking to the right. You know, no Ungamoa there at the moment. No Frimpong there as well, so they're having to play through the middle of the pitch with little 1-2s and stuff. That's where all the white shirts are of Barnsley, so it's going to be even harder to break down. Width is the way forward, lots of width.
Is this the time where I tell you that I'm very often at games that go to extra time?
Okay, I've got to be going. I'll see you later. Thank you very much for that, Ailey. I'm wrapped up tonight, so bring it on.
Yeah, I seem to pick them, or somebody picks them for me, one or the other.
Yeah, bring it on. We'll have that. We don't mind.
We don't mind, and certainly these travelling Barnsley fans will not mind one bit if it means that their team have an opportunity to stay in the FA Cup and have that home tie against Brighton in the fourth round. But as it stands, it is Liverpool that are heading through as we go into the final 12 minutes here at Anfield. Liverpool 2, Barnsley 1. Brighton at home lies await for the team that can see this tie out. Liverpool have had plenty of chances, but they haven't taken them, and Barnsley are still in this one as Ekitike tries to spin clear of Shepherd, who does really well, but his pass is not strong enough to reach Cleary on that left-hand side, and now Wirtz flicks it into the path of Ekitike. Good touch from the Frenchman, finds Wirtz again, couldn't get the shot away, and now it's crossed in by Robertson, and Gakpo unable to get a clean header on it under pressure from O'Keefe. It will be a Liverpool corner, but I thought the opportunity for Ekitike to get the shot away there was on.
Yeah, it was. Oh no, I thought Ekitike had hurt himself. It's actually Gakpo. But no, it's so tight in there. There's now no width because Gakpo is playing very, very close to Ekitike down the middle. And they're just trying to wriggle things in between white-shirted Barnsley players there.
Szoboszlai will take the corner, but there is a change. Is that going to happen before or after this corner? Barnsley are preparing to make it. It will come after because the corner has been taken short to Wirtz, and now back with the German, but he can't get the pass away. It's blocked. It does fall back to Wirtz's feet though, and he plays the 1-2 with Gravenberch. Now comes infield, finds Szoboszlai, plays it in to Ekitike. Lovely turn from Ekitike, heavy touch though, and Barnsley again able to get in and clear. O'Keefe, and now it is launched, looking for Keeler Dunn, but Kanate is there. He wins the header, but it will go out for a Barnsley throw-in just inside Liverpool's half, and they are bringing on some experience in the form of David McGoldrick, the 38-year-old, who has certainly seen and done most things in his illustrious career. He's now coming on to replace Davis Keeler Dunn, who had that header off the post inside the opening minute for Barnsley. It was nearly the most magical start, but Mamardashvili saw the post come to his rescue. So McGoldrick makes his way onto the field. 8 FA Cup goals in his 25 appearances across his career, the last one coming for Notts County against Crawley Town. That was in the first round back in 2023. And he tries to get involved straight away, but Szoboszlai heads it clear. Barnsley keep possession. Cleary twisting and turning under pressure from Szoboszlai. I think he's taken the ball out of play. He has. The flag goes up, just trying to shuffle the ball past Szoboszlai out of play, and so Liverpool take the throw in.
Yeah, as soon as McGoldrick came on, I thought, he's got more clubs than me. I'm just looking at his career. He's been all over the place. He's had about 20 clubs. That's why he's still playing. Look at him. Looks like a spring chicken at 38. Well done, sir. Kept yourself in great condition. And then you get opportunities like this to play for Barnsley at Anfield.
Yeah, an opportunity indeed. And having seen 43-year-old Craig Gordon make one of the saves of the season yesterday in the Scottish Premiership, I'm saying age is just a number. It is just a number.
Absolutely. You look after yourself, give yourself an opportunity to have a long career. Why not? It's the best job in the world. If you love your football, there's nothing better than being a professional footballer if you love your game.
And he's still getting to play at Anfield in the FA Cup, but it is Liverpool on the charge with Wirtz. Finds Robertson, tries to take it infield, but the challenge comes in. Barnsley unable to get it clear, though it's back with Liverpool feet and back with Jones. And Slot is down on that touchline, arms folded, staring out. Be interesting to hear his thoughts after this cup tie this evening. Liverpool at the moment heading through, leading by 2-1 inside the final 8 minutes, but I wonder how pleased he'll be with what he's seen.
Yeah, I think he'll be frustrated. I think he's going to be expecting his team to break this down. As good as it's been from Barnsley, as good as it's been, you expect the quality of Liverpool players to be able to break this down with good play, movement, organisation. Whether you go down the left or the right, through the middle, you should be able to break it down.
Gakpo looking to try and do just that into Szoboszlai, but forced back to Konate. And Liverpool again playing it along that back line from right to left. Now Wirtz, can he find an opening? He's got 2 Barnsley players for company. And it goes back to Van Dijk, to Szoboszlai again. Liverpool trying to encourage Barnsley to come out and create that space in behind, but Barnsley are resolute in their defence, sticking to what they've been asked to do.
Yeah, and being really disciplined as well.
Oh, lovely back heel to Wirtz, and now the shot comes in from Wirtz, and this time he makes no mistake, and the 2 substitutes combine beautifully, and that is the quick little passage of play that has opened Barnsley up beautifully. The little back heel from Ekitike right into the path of Wirtz, and he curls it beautifully past Cooper. Unstoppable from Wirtz. And surely now Liverpool have this tie all sewn up. It is Liverpool 3, Barnsley 1.
Yeah, and it's just moving the ball a little bit quicker, not putting your studs on the ball and slowing it down. I mean, the ball goes in from Curtis Jones to Ekitike. Soon as Wirtz sees that, he's going past his opposite number. His opposite number's actually switched off. He knows exactly what Ekitike's got to do. It's a lovely flick through his marker, and Wirtz just steers it clear from the edge of the box into the corner. The easiest of easy finishes for Wirtz, but they picked up the pace, little bit of quality. 1 Barnsley player switched off, just the one was enough.
Really quick thinking from Ekitike to flick it between the legs of his defensive marker and straight into the path of Wirtz, who now does get his 3rd goal in a Liverpool shirt. He missed a big chance earlier, but now Barnsley with a chance, trying to get in behind McGoldrick, just not able to get in behind Konate. Does well, the big Frenchman, to deny McGoldrick an opportunity to pull one back for Barnsley once again. But you feel now, with 5 minutes left on the clock, that this will be a mountain too high for Barnsley to climb. They trail by 3-1, and that was the best little passage of play we probably have seen from Liverpool all night.
I totally agree with you. They just picked up the pace a little bit. It was a lovely ball in from Curtis Jones. He was only about 10 yards away from the halfway line, but he actually fizzed it right into Ekitike, who was kind of a yard away from the 18-yard box, and that's what you need. He cut out about 3 or 4 white shirts. Ekitike, lovely little touch, and Wirtz did the rest.
Well, Arne Slot is down there. He's no longer got the arms crossed. They're now in his pocket. So I think that's a little bit less of a frustrated stance.
Yes, exactly.
Also down there is Trey Neone, who's going to come on, but Barnsley moving forward and just couldn't quite find the pass. Tenai Watson, he made a great break, but the pass cut out. But they win it back, and now Yoganathan out to Cleary on this left-hand side, into the left edge of the penalty. A cross comes across, Yoganathan sliding in, and it just evades the Welsh player as he slid across. He must have been centimetres away from that. But again, Cleary comes down this left side, Szoboszlai does well. It will be a corner to Barnsley, and that was so close for Yoganathan.
It was. I mean, if he had longer studs in there, he may have just got to that. He was only about 5 yards out. He was stretching. He came from about 10 yards outside the box as well. He really committed. Cleary's cross was brilliant, just couldn't get there. Cleared away by the cool Van Dijk in the centre of the goal, but well done.
That would have been some moment. He was a ball boy here at Anfield during his time as a Liverpool youth player. It's also his 20th birthday tomorrow, so that would have been a nice gift for the last night of your teenage years to score at Anfield. It would be one to remember. But in comes the corner kick from the left-hand side, but that's easily headed clear and away by Ekitike. It will be a Barnsley throw-in though, but first we're going to have a couple of changes. Barnsley also bringing on a player, but Neone will come on first for Liverpool, and he will replace Alexis McAllister. So Neone, the 18-year-old, into midfield for Liverpool, and also coming on for Barnsley is Georgie Gent, fullback traditionally by trade. We'll see who he will replace, and I think it will be Yoganathan, who looks like he's making his way off the field of play for Georgie Gent. So a little bit of a reshuffle for Barnsley, and it was very nearly the perfect end to the night for Yoganathan with what would have been his final touch. Just couldn't get on the end of that Cleary cross, as McGoldrick looks to put the pressure on Szoboszlai. Does well, McGoldrick gets in behind him and knocks it back to Cleary, who's now gone past Szoboszlai, tries to get the cross in. Kanate gets a foot in, and it's going to be another Barnsley corner. Great perseverance from McGoldrick. Yeah,
that's what he does. He works incredibly hard. He doesn't give the opponent a time at all. Szoboszlai thought he could just roll that one out for a goal kick, but David McGoldrick has been working hard all his career. That's why he's still playing at this age.
So another corner, another opportunity for Barnsley to try and claw one back. O'Keefe raises his left arm, launches it into the area, and there's a bodies in there. It's headed clear by somebody in red, and now Andy Robertson is able to scamper clear. He's got options. He's got Wirtz down his right hand side. That's who he finds. Wirtz cuts back inside, and Gent's first passage of play since coming on the field of play is to take the ball off Wirtz's toes and clear that danger. Fast break from Andy Robertson. But now Barnsley with an opportunity to cross the halfway line through McGoldrick, but Robertson's back there to take it off his toes, and now Szoboszlai comes forward, skips past the challenge of Bland, still has the ball. Szoboszlai, who scored the opening goal, a sensational one it was, and then had a slight moment of madness to allow Barnsley to pull one back, but they have restored their 2-goal lead, Liverpool, as we head into the final minute of the 90. And now Liverpool surely will just keep the ball, try and see this one out.
Yeah, it's a training ground exercise for Liverpool. Keep ball, make sure that your opponents don't get the ball on the training pitch. They've got the bibs on, you keep the ball for as long as you possibly can. And I think they need to do that now, a bit of professionalism.
That will be a very interesting to hear the words of Arne Slot after this game. It certainly looks like they have safe passage through to the 4th round. No slip-ups on this occasion. 5 minutes on the board, which we are into now as Cody Gakpo goes down under the challenge of Shepherd. who has played incredibly well at the back for Barnsley.
No nonsense at all. I mean, he's just got as tight as he possibly can there to Cody Gakpo, and he's not happy. Was it Gravenberch? Just making sure that he doesn't turn.
So free kick to Liverpool, midway between the halfway line and the edge of the penalty area, slightly towards the right hand side. Szoboszlai standing over it as the referee just puts down the vanishing spray, moves a couple of Barnsley players back, and it will be Szoboszlai to take it. There's a number of players in there looking to try and get on the end of it. They have been dangerous from set pieces this evening at times. Liverpool, in it goes, looking for Konate, but it's McGoldrick there to head it clear, but only as far as Gravenberch. He's got Nyone, and now Robertson plays it back to the 18-year-old who comes in field and again uses Robertson. Liverpool just keeping the ball, doing what they need to do. Brighton will be making the journey to Anfield for the fourth round after that draw that was conducted earlier. You can get a full reaction to the draw and to everything that's happened here tonight at Anfield in the Football Daily podcast. That will be available for you in the morning, as Wirtz comes down the right hand side, inside to Ekitike, tries to skip away from Shepherd, does really well Shepherd, and then again wins it from Szoboszlai. Ekitike, arms raised, didn't think that was a fair challenge. The referee not agreeing with him, and now Barnsley have possession, but they're still inside their own half. They don't have a single body in Liverpool's half. McGoldrick now plays it round the corner, and now O'Keefe can come clear, and he's got daylight between him and Mamardashvili. Konate gets back really, really well, but can't do anything but send it out for a corner. And it was well worked by Barnsley.
It was really well worked down that right hand side, and it was just really good patient play as well. O'Keefe going down the right hand side, he puts it into McGoldrick. McGoldrick just turns on a sixpence, not even looking, and plays it right into O'Keefe's path there. It took a little bit too long, and then big Konate comes back, puts a block on it. But they've got a chance to maybe get a chance here, Barnsley, maybe.
Perhaps indeed, and fair play to them. They have not let their heads go down at all, despite Liverpool scoring a couple of goals early on in the first half. They found a way back. They now find themselves 2 goals down again, but still they come forward through Bland out onto this left hand side. Cleary there again, he's been an ever-present down that left hand side and attacking outlet. Great cross to McGoldrick, and the header just loops over the top of Mamardashvili's crossbar, and he looks a little concerned there, the big Georgian.
Rolling back the years there, rolling back the years. Really good play down the left hand side. Lovely little cross as well, and unfortunately not on target at that time. I mean, Van Dijk just gets nudged under the ball. McGoldrick does so well.
Yeah, Van Dijk certainly was looking towards the referee, thought he got a little nudge. Ball over the top now for Wirtz. He's got beyond Shepherd, he's got Ekitike back post, and Ekitike makes it absolutely clear that Liverpool will be in the fourth round with goal number 4 this evening. A ball over the top. Wirtz with great pace skipped away from Shepherd, and he had the presence of mind to look to the back post where Ekitike was unmarked to slide it in to the bottom right hand corner. It's looking comfortable for Liverpool now. It is Liverpool 4, Barnsley 1.
Yeah, just brilliant movement from Wirtz down the right hand side. I mean, he walks towards the ball. I think it's Van Dijk that's got the ball. He walks towards Van Dijk, and then he spins in behind. Van Dijk knows where to put it. He puts it in front of Wirtz into that corner. It takes 2 or 3 bounces. In fact, it's actually Szoboszlai that plays the ball. He is onside. It bounces a couple of times. On the second bounce, he just rolls it across the box, and Ekitike is saying thank you very much. 8 yards out, tapping, and that is it. Sealed with a loving kiss.
Rubber stamped by Ekitike in the final minute of the added 5. And it's a scoreline that Barnsley will perhaps feel is a little hard done by, but it probably does reflect the dominance of Liverpool this evening.
Yeah, it does, and it reflects the possession, and there you go.
There is the full-time whistle, so Liverpool advance to the fourth round of the FA Cup.
Barnsley came and gave it a really good go. They hit the post after 30 seconds, but Liverpool recovered, went ahead with a Szoboszlai screamer before Frimpong shuffled his way past the defender to fire it into the roof of the net. But Barnsley got away back into it. Szoboszlai with a moment of madness right on his own goal line, practically giving the ball and gifting it to Phillips, who knocked it into the empty net. And Barnsley started the second half well, but Liverpool created chances. They had strength, they had depth on the bench, and those players came on to rubber stamp this FA Cup tie. Wirtz and Ekitike ensuring that Liverpool make a comfortable passage through to the fourth round, where they will face Brighton. And it does put a nice gloss on things for Arne Slot and the supporters inside Anfield supporting Liverpool this evening. They wanted to see goals, they wanted to see that flair, and they got it more once Ekitike and Wirtz came on the pitch.
Yeah, they did great substitutions for Liverpool. But I've got to say, Conor Hourihane will be very proud of his side. They stuck to the game plan. Yes, it didn't work because they were up against a very good Liverpool side. When they want to play, when they want to score goals and create, Liverpool can be very, very dangerous. But Barnsley can go home, they can look over there, they can walk over to their fans with their heads held high. We gave it our best. Thanks for coming to watch us, and please stick by us.
They go over to their supporters that fill the whole bottom tier of that stand over to our left-hand side, and all the players go over the supporters. They all stand and they applaud their team. They have a big fight in League One to come this season, Barnsley, but they wanted to come here and do something special. That wasn't to be in terms of progression in the FA Cup, but they gave it a really good go. They matched Liverpool at times. They restricted Liverpool to few opportunities in the first half, despite going 2 goals down, and they fought their way back and gave themselves a lifeline with that goal from Phillips. But Liverpool just too strong on the night. The depth of their bench, the strong squad that Arne Slot put out for this evening's cup tie just proved to be too much. But it will be a night to remember for those Barnsley players, that is for sure, particularly those that have those connections here to Liverpool, the likes of Phillips, who got the Barnsley goal, a former youth player at the club. A special night for him, and for Jürgen Nathan as well, a Liverpool ball boy as a child when he was part of the academy. So a special night for Barnsley, but it's not one that takes them through to the fourth round of the FA Cup, because it's finished here at Anfield. Liverpool 4, Barnsley 1.
Yeah, I think the conceded the fourth was a little bit harsh on them, Dion, don't you?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, three sounds about right, but 4, yeah, it sounds like they've been absolutely thrashed, and they haven't. You know what? It's really odd that they'll come off the pitch and they'll feel to themselves, we did okay here. We did okay, even though they conceded the goals. Their attitude and their application to the game was great, and yeah, they unfortunately conceded the fourth. Liverpool had so much possession; they were always going to create chances and score. And I think it was just the pace of the passing, chappers in the last 15 minutes. Just they couldn't take it anymore. Barnsley, they were shattered. Did all they could. They hung on for as long as they could as well, but. Proud, very proud of them, well done.
Although what I would say, Joby McAnuff, who is with us as well, that they did have more than the odd chance, didn't they? I mean, if you think right in that first minute with Davis Keeler-Dunn hitting the post, they obviously scored the goal through Szoboszlai's mistake, but Jürgen Nathan was a couple of studs away from getting on the end of the cross. Race Cleary might feel he ought to have had a penalty. I mean, I've seen that several times. I'm still not 100% sure myself which way I would give that, really.
Yeah, I think 4-1's really harsh on Barnsley. I don't think they were certainly not as bad as that from a performance point of view. I don't think Liverpool was good as 4-1. I just thought it's sometimes what you come up against is that real top level quality. Szoboszlai's goal, Frimpong's goal, absolutely excellent, and you're bringing on 2 absolute top players, Ekitike and Wirtz, who when you are a little bit leggy and you've done as much running as they have done without the ball, but in terms of their own moments, I thought they were disciplined, I thought they were really well organised, made it difficult for Liverpool to break them down for the most part. And then, they did have enough opportunities to just keep that hope going for long periods of the game. I'm with you with the penalty. It's a really tough one. Cleary does everything he should do, cuts across Szoboszlai. I think there's a potential little nick. Is it enough to make him go down? I'm not 100% sure, but definitely worth a claim. I thought he was excellent, actually. Reyes Cleary tonight, a real positive outlet on that left-hand side, and that's what you want. You want to come out of the games, you know it's going to be tough to get a result, but you want to get some positivity and be able to take things forward, and I think Barnsley, despite the end result, certainly have done that.
I think Dion Conor Horahan may have said to the referee at the end that he probably did think it was a penalty, but then he would, was it? The best way to describe it, I don't know what you all think is, but it's one of those penalties that if you aren't a Liverpool fan, you are desperate for it to be given, just to see how it goes from there. But really, in the cold light of day, you can understand why a referee wouldn't give it if he isn't 100% sure.
Absolutely. I think, we've looked at it now a couple of times on the monitors, and we can't tell if Szoboszlai got anything on it. The referee's further away than a monitor. So, I think he did well not to jump in and give it because he wasn't sure. I do know now why people put their hand in front of their mouth when they're talking, having seen Conor Horahan on my screen.
Well, he didn't do any. He didn't do it he just did it in a sort of resigned way, I think.
Yeah, it was an angry way with himself. That's all it was.
Yeah. But and McGoldrick had a header late on as well, didn't he, Joby? That went over the bar as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing when you go into somewhere like Anfield, and you're a League One club that we have to remember hasn't been in great form either. You have to take those little half chances that come along. Keeler Dunn's one maybe in the first half, and like you say, some of those moments, and get those decisions as well. If you do want to perform what would have been an incredible surprise and shock result, you've got to be on the right side of those decisions and moments in games, and unfortunately for Barnsley, they just weren't quite tonight.
Eliana Slot's thoughts will be interesting post-match, won't they? Because whilst he didn't cut a frustrated figure, he obviously wasn't, or he didn't seem content with it all.
No, and we hear the frustrations from the Anfield crowd. They want to see Liverpool cut teams open and they want to see clean sheets, and they didn't really get either of that tonight against League One opposition. The only time they cut Barnsley open was for that third goal when Ekitike flicked it round behind him into the path of Wirtz. That's the kind of football that this Anfield crowd want to see week in, week out, and time again. Particularly they will feel against opposition, like Joby says, League One opposition that aren't doing particularly well in their own league at the moment. So I think Arne Slot will be frustrated. It will be really interesting to hear what he does say. The scoreline, it does put a gloss on what perhaps wasn't as free-flowing a performance as the scoreline suggests.
I think it's credit to Barnsley that it was only a few little bits and bobs that Liverpool got away with when it comes to flair football and flicks, because Barnsley really made it difficult and forced Liverpool around the outside of that compact white bunch of shirts. I think they did well, and they did limit Liverpool to not very many clear-cut chances.
Dominic Szoboszlai, who scored a sublime goal, and
Did he miss-hit that? Did he miss-hit that? I think he miss-hit
it. You never miss-hit one like that. I
couldn't kick it that far.
No,
never mind
exactly. you were more likely to do the one at the other end and try and backheel it in front of your own goalkeeper. So as sublime as his finish was, his mistake was ridiculous. He's spoken to TNT afterwards. He says, sorry to the team for making it so hard for us with an easy mistake. Football happens, we move on and go to the next round. And that, I think, as far as Szoboszlai is concerned, is drawing a line on it, under it.